It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Back in the back, then Jenna, then Randy. Go.
Jay Pennell, HardcoreRaceFans.com. Like you said earlier, the beginning of the year, you guys kind of didn't get off to the right start. A lot of people were questioning, what's wrong with Jimmie Johnson. Now here you are, a lot of people saying, it's already yours. Is anybody going to be able to catch you? With everybody else having the bad luck that they're having in this chase, do you feel like you've had your bad luck already and you're just smooth sailing here on out, or is it you still have to stay on edge about that?
No, I still feel like we have to stay on edge. We have long races where you can have mechanical issues. You have a lot of cars on track, a lot of times on and off pit road. There's a lot of risk in our sport for having a bad race, and it's tough to link together 10 races without any trouble. So I'm a realist when I look at that and think that we went through Fontana to Richmond and then started the chase. I mean, we're hopeful we go 12, 14 races without any issues, and that's a tough thing and high expectations. So I still stay scared, and I've used that quite a bit, that term, and just want to make sure that we're not getting into a comfortable mindset and put our guard down and I make a mistake or the team makes a mistake. The things that are going to be out there we can't control, and if that hits us, then we'll come back next week and hopefully be able to take care of business.
Jenna?
Jimmie, what drives Chad, and what do you think he makes of his opportunity to become the first crew chief to win 3 straight titles?
By dominating in a sense, and just focused on. I mean, we'll have a what we consider the best car in practice, and look at lap tracker, and we might have a 10th on the field, and he's like, we need more. That's just his mindset, is more and more and more. We've got to be better. We've got to be better. And I think that I don't know exactly what motivates him. I mean, I can say all the things that people would predict, but in some ways I feel that he's afraid of losing, and when he loses, there's something goes on in his head, and I don't know if it comes from being a kid and racing and working his way up through the ranks or watching his dad race or whatever, but there's something there that he is afraid of losing, and that's why when he wins, he's kind of chill and relaxed, because it satisfies what that fire is inside, and that's what makes him show up. We didn't have the race we wanted at Lowe's Sunday. They're working on the car we raced to get on the 7-post machine for the next morning, and Chad's there in the shop on Sunday after the race working on that stuff. So I think it's a fear of losing is what motivates him more than anything.
We'll go Randy, and then we'll end in the corner over here. Go ahead.
Jimmie, you talked about 43 stars being out there, another reason to watch this sport. If qualifying was to get rained out today, we're approaching 30% of the races being rained out, meaning that generally speaking, the guys in the chase, and you in particular, you don't have to pass any cars till you come up on lap cars if your car is working pretty good. A lot of these guys seem to be, if they're working off of last year's points when we begin, they're kind of in a hole. They continue to perpetuate their and fight inner struggles and come up with the money and all the tools necessary to gain their way up there. But yet, it's still based on performance that you guys do in the races. But yet, with 10 races being rained out, you guys seem to be rewarded. Not you in particular, but anybody's rewarded that gets up front. People in the back seem to be penalized to some degree. It depends on how you look at it. Would you ever be in favor of something that would allow you guys to line up randomly if it was even across the board, perhaps pay for points, but still allow you guys to line up randomly, just like you're picked to qualify, particularly in rainouts? I do agree that something needs to change. And if you look at the guys that are in that go or go home category, they get off to a terrible start in Daytona with those 5 races. But then the flip side of that is the people that have committed to the sport and have been able to succeed. They need a little something for that. So that's arguable, those first 5 races. I think that a good compromise, and it's been floating around a little bit here lately, is
why not qualify the go or go homers on Saturday and make them impound their cars if, say, we're rained out on Friday? Tomorrow we can spend 20 minutes, run those guys, let them earn their way into the show, and go. And, you know, so I think a compromise is out there. We just need to think it through. But the scary thing is the numbers do not work in the favor of the guys that are in the go or go home situation, because as soon as that guy is 35th, the system's just fine. We don't need to change anything. Then you've got 4 or 5 guys, you know, that still have to race their way in that are struggling with that. So I think it can be addressed and looked at, and I kind of feel like there's enough attention on it that something will be. But, you know, when it comes to a rain delay, you know, top 12 guys, everybody's earned that right to start where they're at, you know, and it goes all the way through the field.
Jimmie, we thank you very much for your time. Good luck this weekend. We appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you.
Don't forget about the press conference next door at 2:30.